Jay-Z's first album. It's crazy because I saw a piece about Reasonable Doubt on Fox 5. They did a piece at the Empire. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wednesday night. They spoke to Jazzo. They spoke to Dame. They spoke to what's the man who got locked up? Big. Spoke to Big. Spoke to all of them. And how that whole thing came together.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about how this album is a classic, and it's definitely a classic. This. We said, man.
I said classic too.
This is the album that put Jay-Z on the map.
Yes, sir.
He had a few features up there.
Yes, sir.
He had the joint with Biggie, Brooklyn's Finest. We all know that joint. He had the joint with the he had one with the Locks too up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a track with the Locks, A Reasonable Doubt. It's crazy because Biggie was already on the scene. Nas was already on the scene. And here come Jay-Z. Tall, smooth brother from Brooklyn, hustler.
He used to rhyme fast. He switches those.
Yeah, exactly. So Salah. Fucking with Jazzo. And I just remember this album being out when it came out.
Yeah, I remember.
Dead Presidents.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It's endless.
Yes, sir.
Can't Knock the Hustle with Mary J.
Yes, sir.
She was hot at the time. Just did 411 and all that. See, they got the instrumental right there. You know what I mean? We on point up in here. You were a hip hop head. And back then, you were, I wasn't buying albums. I was listening to your shit. You was buying everybody's album back then.
All right.
So take us back to 1996.
Yes, sir.
First time you heard Reasonable Doubt.
Well, honestly, Reasonable Doubt for us in New York was something different than Reasonable Doubt for everybody else outside of New York. For us, we was into it. We was rocking to it, like you said, the smooth melodic sounds of it. The lyrics was crazy. Like Jay-Z was something different. He was smooth. He didn't remind me of the typical Brooklyn cat.
Right.
Because the typical Brooklyn dude at the time was talking about, a lot of gangster stuff.
Yeah, gritty and grimy.
But he came through. He always reminded me more of a Harlem cat. For some reason, he always reminded me of a Harlem cat.
Okay.
And it's funny because my man, Dame Dash, was like a lot of people used to tease him for hanging out with Jay-Z because he was a little different. It was like he was different from the other cats uptown. But all in all, Reasonable Doubt was a great album, man. Great album, What you think about it, Big Mike?
Classic. Classic, yo. I can't even put it into words. It was like I just only listened to Wu-Tang. I listened to 36 Chains. That's all I listened to. Then I think Black Moon came out.
Okay.
That's all I would listen to. Reasonable Doubt came out. I bought a lot of singles. That's what I'm still DJing with Brian.
Okay.
Then I finally went and bought the album. And then the joint that really had me like, wow, was Streets Watching.
Okay.
When that came out, I was like, yo, even though that wasn't on that album, I was like, this is something completely different, yo.
That's what's up.
So he put the chokehold on him after that.
Yeah. So let's go back. Also, like you said, we're gonna take them back. Because back in the day, whenever an album dropped, the first thing we would do is check Source Magazine and see how many mics it got. We already knew about that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But I never really, I wouldn't. I had the Source. I had a subscription. But like I said, I'm just buying. That's the only thing I used to do back then. Just buy records. So sometimes I look at the Source like, what's you talking about? But 5 mics.
5 mics. How many mics got, B?
Got 4 mics.
Got 4?
Okay. And let's look at some of the stats on it. You know what I mean? It was certified platinum in 2006 and it sold over 1.5 million copies in the US of A. You understand what I'm saying? Which is cool because if you remember, we're gonna talk about that later. But the Source gave it 4 mics. You know what I mean? And that's an excellent score.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a very good score. So let me go back to what they said about it. This is the actual article. It was like, I remember Jay-Z from back in the days, say 88 or so. He hung with a New Jack MC named Jazz, who had a humorous little ditty called Hawaiian Sophie. Remember that video with the straight haired girl dancing in the grass skirt? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that short with the short kid with the high top fade and the boom box would ever grow to be an MC kingpin with the hit. With the release of his Rockefeller debut LP, Reasonable Doubt, Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, moves from hip hop sidekick to mafia style frontman, blowing up the spot with the vivid tales about the economic reality fueling what's left of the contemporary ghetto politics. In terms of subject matter, Jay-Z isn't saying anything new, which I agree with. It's the same old cinematic melodrama that you hear on so many rap LPs. All right? Politics as usual, can't knock those with Jay-Z. Could have been any number of hip-hop wannabe LPs. But what makes these tracks have been the number of hip-hop. Oh, damn, I just read, hold on. See, I've got my contacts, man. I'm going here. But what makes these tracks stand out here is is on the stick where Jay-Z flips lyrics. He flows like he's conversing with you and at a party or toe on the streets, telling tales of male conquest or simple stories of street survival. His lyrics create cunningly clever rhythms and ride the tracks. The bomb tracks provided by Clark Kent, Primo, Big Jazz, and others with effortless perfection. In addition, Reasonable Doubt has guest spots by some of Brooklyn's finest. So basically, it said what we know about Jay-Z.
Right.
His witty lyrics, the flows that he have on his songs, and also the beats. Yeah. And his style. So, shout out to Jay. He definitely did his thing.
He definitely did his thing. Like, I love Brooklyn's finest.
Yes, sir.
I love Can I Live with Bleak.
Yeah.
That was a classic track up there. Ain't no nigga like the one I got. That might have been the that was the single.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yes, sir.
Him and Foxy Brown. Can I Live? 22 Twos.
22 Twos is crazy.
Yeah, feeling it. Featured with Mecca.
Yeah.
Politics as usual. Their presidents.
Go hits.
It just hit after hit. And that's an album that you can listen to from number 1 to number 15. Still now to this day.
Exactly.
Cat's still bumping that.
Exactly.
But I don't think that album will get the props that it deserves a few years later.
I know why I didn't get the props.
Why is that?
We're going to get into it. Listen, and this is why I tell these youngins, man. If you wasn't around during this era of hip hop, then you missed it. You missed the buck. We don't get albums like this anymore.
We don't.
I'm gonna tell y'all some of the joints that dropped in 1996. All right, and people who watch it, y'all rank which ones y'all think should go number 1, number 2, so and so. All right. First, in 1996, Tupac released the double album, All Eyes on Me.
Classic.
Pop. All right, classic. That's one classic right there. The Fugees in 1996 released The Score.
Score's crazy.
Classic. Reasonable Doubt release. Classic. Nas, It Was Written. Classic. What's that? Four classics right there. Machiavelli dropped. Another classic. 5. 96. Trial Called Quest released Beach Rhymes and Life. Another classic. You got The Roots. Drop. Remember what they do?
Yeah.
That joint. You know what I mean? Philadelphia Half-Life. Then my favorite album of all time. I got to put that. Solo Nice by Raz Cass.
Classic.
Another classic, Muddy Waters.
That's a classic.
From Ratman.
Oh yeah.
Then you got The Coming from Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, even what the album's classic.
Exactly. Now you got the At the Speed. A lot of cats don't know about Exhibit, but Paparazzi was on there. The Foundation. You know what I mean? At the Speed of Life dropped in 1996. Rotten Dirty, a down south classic by UGK. 96. Mobb Deep dropped Hell on Earth. For the underground. Cool Keith dropped Dr. Octacologist. You know what I mean? Ghetto Boys. My boy. Ike Master P dropped the Ice Cream Man. Bad About It. 1996.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I even rock with Crucial Conflict.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I mean? Hey, smoking on that. That was my joint. Crucial Conflict, 96. You know what I mean? You had De La Soul.
Long Island.
Long Island, Stakes is High. I was just listening to that song. The Stakes is High. Then AT-Aliens by the Outkast.
I was just about to say that.
Me and You, Your Mother and Your Father too. Classic. Then, I wasn't really into Too Short, Getting It. I don't know if that album was a classic or not. Helter Skelter, Nocturnal, classic. Boss Boys, Legal Drug Money. Eminem, his first album, Infinite. A lot of people ain't rock with that. I ain't rock with that either at the time. I ain't know that. Hardcore, Lil Kim,
Yep.
my boy 40 Water,
Mm-hmm.
the whole of the game. J. Rue the Damager.
Mm-hmm.
The joints go on and on, son. Do or die. Do you want to ride
In the back
seat of a caddy? You know that drop.
Yeah, I remember that.
The Il Nana.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore from Lil Kim.
You said that.
I said that already, my bad.
But
You had Chino XL.
I was just about to say him too.
Cypher's Hill.
Cypress, come on, man. You know,
Tila.
Tila.
Not even really rock with him.
Dr. Dre, The Aftermath.
The Aftermath drop. My man Silk the Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, the joints go on and on. Even Shaq had an album out in '96, man.
That's when he first joined the Lakers.
You know?
You can't stop the rain. You can't stop. Remember that?
Yeah, that joint was out. Who saw you think was better, him or Kobe, man?
That shit was better than Kobe. Kobe shit was weak. That's what Kobe's talking about, man. I don't know what Kobe's talking about.
C. Weber AI.
Damn.
Even all-star NBA players said I put out an album just because.
Everybody.
Yeah, back then they was doing that. Back then they was at the Source Awards, presenting awards. Marbury, I remember that. Iverson, C. Webb, you know, they was all there. But like I said, '96 was definitely a big year for hip hop.
Yeah.
The '90s period.
Exactly.
But you named some classic albums from 1996 that definitely was groundbreaking.
Yes, sir.
You know, for that time. And that paved the way for a lot of these cats nowadays.
Exactly.
20 years later. You know, you can still go back and listen to them rhymes, man. You know, if you got XM, you can go back and listen to the golden era. They have a station for that, I heard.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Like the golden era, the 90s of hip hop. You know, you don't really listen too much of that on the mainstream stations out here. Right. But unless they're doing it on a certain time or whatever. But I like music like that. That shit I like to hear. Everything you just named, I like to hear shit like that.
Exactly.
The golden era stuff. This shit right now they making
next week, right?
Huh?
You know we're doing that next week.
Why not? It's only right.
It's only right, man.
We definitely gonna get y'all a whole 90s episode. You know, so we gonna line that up. But Mark gonna line that up next week, the all 90s shit, man. But definitely say that Jay-Z album is definitely classic, man. Reasonable Doubt. You know, it's 20 years later and it's still ringing bells.
Still listen to it.
You can still go back and listen to that. You know, like you never heard it before.
Yes, sir.
You know, and just straight out and just vibe to it and just how you feel a certain kind of way in that zone.
Exactly.
You know, so you know we definitely rock with Jay-Z up here. We're gonna transition real quick to Jay-Z's wife.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Beyonce.
You know, she just came back with her Formation World Tour, and she grossed over $250 million on this tour. It just came to end last week in New Jersey. Travis Eagle was in there.
Oh wow.
He went, in New Jersey after nearly 5 months on the road. But it raked in a lot of money. According to Billboard, the tour sold approximately 2.2 million tickets during this run, and it took over $256 million in total. With a total of 49 stops around the globe, the average is about 5.2 million in gross and 45,757 paid attendance per show. The highest grossing stop came overseas in London at the Wembley Stadium, where Beyonce brought in $15.3 million with a total of 142,500 tickets sold. When you go up and you sell out stadiums in some markets, multiple stadiums, this big tour promoter, Arthur Fogel, told Billboard, I have to congratulate the great team on this side that does these great things. And I'd like to congratulate her team because it was really well done, well set up, and well executed all the way around. You know, and it's crazy. You know, her last show, she brought out Jay-Z, her husband.
Yes, sir.
She brought out Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir.
And she brought out Serena Williams. You know what I mean? So Beyonce definitely brought him out on this last show. You know, Beyonce she's just she's on another level.
Yes, sir.
You know, I saw the stardom in her when she was Destiny Child. You know, when she was in the group, we always thought she was gonna be the star, but I knew it was something about Beyonce. Like, yo, she the one. She got that it factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You remember how I felt about Beyonce back in the day. You know, when Bills came out, Jamie used to stay cracking on me.
Right.
You know? But Beyonce, that's a lot of money right there, man. So $250 million.
Yeah.
God damn.
Right. Talent.
You know, and also that show reunited some brothers from the golden era.
Yes, sir.
Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule reunited backstage at Beyonce's live show in Jersey. last week.
They had a hot joint together too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to get into that. Beyonce found the show on Formation Tour brought out some invaluable guests, but the backstage scene was even more star-studded. An impressive group photo following the show revealed Papoose, Remy Ma, and T.I. were amongst those taking in the concert from backstage. But a very special moment came when Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule reminisced on old times. For those who don't know, a lot of you cats who don't know, you 20-year-olds who don't know that these three rappers once had plans to form a supergroup called Murder Inc.
Yes, sir.
I remember this when this shit went down. While they did have one official release, Murdergram or the Streets is Watching soundtrack. I remember that. That shit is classic. Fire. If you young bucks never heard that, you need to go and get that Streets is Watching soundtrack. Go on iTunes and go find that Murdergram shit.
Hip hop. You know
what I mean, man? You got that for?
I can get it.
We can play that after this segment is done. When we wrap this up, before the show is over. And a few collaborations their plans were put on hold, but were put on the album, but never materialized. Later on, Murder Inc. was founded as a label by Irv Gotti, and the world released the album by Ja Rule, but the supergroup was long forgotten. Hov, X, and Ja took a minute to take a few photos together as they were reminiscing about their past collaborations, bringing us back to their 1999 Double XL cover.
I remember that too.
You remember that?
You know DMX too? Money, Cash, Hoes.
Uh-huh. You know what I mean? So, do you think those three brothers would have been able to put out a classic album?
Too much ego. If they would work together, I think so. But, too much ego. All of them alpha males.
Yeah.
And
it proved because they all they're all alpha males, and they all left and put their stamp on the game in the 90s.
Even Ja Rule, people want to hate on him.
Nah, you can't front on Ja.
This thing, man.
You can't front on Ja. 50 fucked his career, but you can't front on Ja.
Exactly.
Ja put it down. What would I be without you? All the drinks he got with Lil Mo, the shit he got with Ashanti. Ja got some classics, man. You can't front on Ja.
Right. He did his thing.
You can't front on Ja.
We know DMX went out.
Oh gosh.
Did his thing,
Yo, when X is on top of his game, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that was crazy.
How's it going down?
That was crazy.
Slipping?
That was crazy, man. I still be listening to Slipping.
Yo, that's your classic. How could you not listen to that?
Right.
I'm slipping. I'm falling.
Can't get up.
It wasn't long before I hit rock bottom. Woo! Yo.
I like what these bitches want, bro.
Classic.
Somebody let me know. All right. He was naming all the names.
Naming all the names.
About, what he say? About 3 kills. Inez, Dalisha.
All treated fairly and what is still. A classic. And you remember, back then, every girl that heard their name was open.
Exactly, right.
You know what I mean?
I was like, I better not hear your name up there.
Every girl that he named, chick was open. Definitely classic. X put it down. We just spoke about Reasonable Doubt. Jay-Z catalog is endless. You know what I mean? But we only spoke about Reasonable Doubt. But the three brothers, like you say, I don't know if it would have worked. It's the reason. I guess it's the reason why things didn't happen. Because they all went their own separate ways and put out classic material that people will never forget.
Right.
That still lives on 20 years later, present day. You could throw a Ja Rule joint on, people start going crazy. You could throw an X joint on, the shit he did with Rough Riders and the Blocks. You know what I mean? He was doing 24 Hours to Live. Was he in Reservoir Dogs? Was he in that too?
I think so.
Classic material.
Right.
And when I hear that shit, I just be like, damn, yo, this had me like, yo, I think it's 98, 99, 2000 again when I hit them tracks.
Right. So let me ask you, man, what was your favorite Jay-Z album?
I like Reasonable Doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I like early Jay-Z.
Yeah, me too.
I like the Volume 2s.
Yeah,
the Sunshine. You remember that? That was my shit. You remember that back in the day?
Yes, sir.
The Sunshines. The Volume 2, Volume 3. I like that. Blueprint was nice. I like that.
Blueprint. Oh yeah. Damn.
That's classic. Yeah. The Black album was cool. What's the last album he came out with?
Black album was my favorite one.
The Black was the favorite one?
Yeah. That joint. I think my favorite album was probably, like you said, I forgot about the Blueprint. I don't know how the hell I could physically forget about that.
I was like,
but I think my favorite album was Volume 1.
Volume 1? Volume 1 is classic, right?
Yeah,
what was those Volume 1?
Volume 1, I think. What was on there? Imaginary Players.
Was it on Takeover was on there?
Nah, Volume 1. That was the second album, Volume 1. So I think what's the name was on there? Imaginary Players. The joint where he was like, take this ice up to the nicest MC. And please, yo, tell Big he's unbelievable. Friend of foe, biatch. That joint. Sometimes the crack game remind me of the rap game. That joint, you know what I mean? You know, you got some joints up there.
Volume 2 had tracks like Knock Life, If I Should Die, Ride or Die, Nigga What, Money Cash, Hoes, A Week Ago.
That's my joint right there.
Coming up, Can I Get a Paper Chase, Reservoir Dogs. That's one of my favorites.
Right.
I love Reservoir Dogs because that collab was crazy.
Right.
It's Like That. It's All Right. Money Ain't a Thing. This is volume 2.
That is.
You know what I mean?
Definitely that is.
Volume 3, Over Song, So Ghetto, Do It Again, Dope Man.
Oh.
Know what I mean? Things That You Do. It's Hot. Snoopy track. S. Carter. You must try harder. Come on, man.
That Snoopy track was crazy too.
Pop for Rock. Watch Me. Big Pimpin'. There's Been a Murder. Classic.
Right.
Come and Get Me. Nymph. Yo, the shit is endless, man, with this brother, man.
Right.
Get in front on Jay-Z.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you guys, yeah, definitely, man. That's a classic too.
That's a classic.
You know, and volume 1, like you said, we run through the track listing on that. The Man in One Questions.
Okay.
No Rhyme No More. The City Is Mine. I think that was the single.
City Is Mine.
I Know What Girls Like. He had Imaginary Player.
Okay.
Streets Is Watching.
This is why.
Friend of Foe 98. Lucky Me. No Sunshine was the release. Always Be My Sunshine. Who You With? Face Off. Real Niggas. Crack Game. Cough Up Along. Yeah. Cough Up Along Where I'm From. Marcy, Son, Ain't That Nice. That was up there. And You Must Love Me. You know? You Must Love Me. We talking about a whole bunch of stuff in there. So, you know, Jay is definitely one of them legendary MCs, brother.
Blueprint. We're in with the Blueprint.
Yeah, you might as well, man.
Blueprint.
My favorite joint is Girl.
I need you to go say that.
I love that song.
What's up, man? The Ruler's back.
Yes, sir. You took that from Slick.
Takeover.
Yeah.
Izzo, H to the O. I mean, that was the first single.
Yeah.
Girls, Girls, Girls. How could you not like that?
I love the video.
You know what I mean? Jigga That Nigga. You Don't Know. Holo Vito. Heart of the City. Ain't No Love. Never Change. Classic. Soon Cry.
Another one of my gems.
All I Need.
Exactly.
Renegade with Eminem. People say Eminem killed him on that though.
Yeah, M came more.
Mama Love, Blueprint, Lyrical Exercise, Girls, Girls, Girls Part 2.
You got classics, man. That catalog is undeniable.
They definitely got classics, man. You young boys don't know about that. Go back and listen to it.
Exactly, man. Listen, all we can do is lead you to water, man. Can't force you to drink, man.
We're gonna wrap up this Jay-Z.
Yes, sir.
Golden Era segment.
Yes, sir.
Then we're gonna come back and talk about this Michelet movie last night. Straight out of Compton.
You know,
we gonna get into it.
I was in Bizarro World last night, man.
We watched it together.
Dre was Suge. I didn't know what was going on,
we
man.
watched it together last night. We're gonna talk about that. Mark, did you see it?
No, I ain't seen it.
You see it?
It was good.
It was good.
So stay tuned.
It's a good movie. We're gonna get into that when we come back for this next segment. I'm gonna let y'all know why I don't believe there's two sides to every story, man. We're gonna talk about it.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah.